Yo, yo. All right. Well, it came down quite a bit, a lot further than I was expecting, or I guess than I was hoping. This was kind of a version two of the plan where if this level failed, if 7510 failed, because I was basically saying if I wanted 7540 to hold, if it didn't hold, I wanted a V shape, like just down up to 7510 area, 7512. And then if that didn't happen, then we're looking down here at, yeah, it was like 7400 area. It was, I think I had it anywhere from 7390 to 7424, I think I said. I'd have to go back a couple of videos. But yeah, so basically this region right here, tucked in this golden pocket, was actually, and then I mapped out this TR pocket. That was after, I believe. So then, this is the area I want to hold. For NQ has just been getting slaughtered. Tech just had a complete sell-off. It was really ES that was like kind of holding up the show, I want to say. YM being barely down at all today. That's a good look for rotation. But yeah, there's a couple things. Well, number one, you have the smaller TR pocket right here, right? As soon as that fails, so that lined up with just a key level, 450 area, previous week mid. That's where I finally kind of gave in and was like, all right, it's going a lot lower. At this point, once this area flipped, when I was talking to the guys in the chat, I was like, at this point, now that we've lost that level, it's probably just going to go like another 300 points. And it went way deeper than that. Number of reasons. I think the SpaceX sell-off yesterday definitely spooked some people. There was also a private kind of, I want to say, secret IPO filing by OpenAI. Who knows if that was actually meant to be kept secret, but in their filing, they basically showed that they're operating at like a 31 billion a year loss. Or that was, I guess, just last year, let's call it. But the only thing that, the thing that people already priced in basically immediately after that was that, well, they're not doing any better than last year. Adoption was on the same ramp as last year. If anything, this year, especially into this quarter, it slowed. So that's not good. Their competition has gotten heavier. Obviously, Claude has really just pulled out in front. So Claude is a big issue for them. And then the price of energy, data centers, that's gotten more expensive. So any subsidizing on that in that realm is also starting to go away. So they're basically just gaming out the math and being like, well, they're probably doing worse this year. And they're trying to do their target for their IPO filing is a $1 trillion valuation. So make it make sense, right? So that is freaking tech out right now. It still doesn't sit well with me that I guess we did come up and New York has had these highs, but you just want to see a very clear sell-off from the highs during New York to really mark it as the top, right? It still doesn't sit well with me that some of these have been like Asia tops or Asia selling the top. So I don't know. We'll see. On the tape wise too. Like, look at this. This is why I struggle to, like it was selling off hard today. This TR pocket is holding right now, 74.30 area. So this TR pocket's holding. I mean, when the TR pocket on this one on NQ, it's on a smaller time frame, I guess, or well, yeah, it is a much smaller time frame. What am I saying? Of course it is. So when that loses, it definitely gives away to a trend. So that made sense. I eventually did flip after that, but it was kind of too late. I had already locked myself out. I hit my daily loss limit for the first time in a while, and I first red day this month. I just knew already that I'd had the wrong read initial on the market. I tried to play it a couple times. I honestly just gave it too much leeway as far as still proving that it would hold this level, basically holding the 540s and holding 7540s and then holding the 3540s on NQ, just because of the sheer size of buys that I had seen there the day before. I just really had a tough time believing that those buys were just going to go kaput, but it's possible they might exit it at the rejection on the highs. So yeah, after that, I was just locked out and I just took evals. So yeah, nice day, I guess, or nice run for some evals, but obviously you're watching this and you're just thinking, oh my God, how much that would be a ton of money if I was on the right side of that. I hate being on the wrong side of trends like this. I hate, as it continuously goes down, me looking for areas to long. I hate just being on that side. It's just such a clear, like you got played type feeling, I guess. Anyways, but we just came down to the next level that I was essentially talking about. I was basically saying, yeah, if 75.12 fails, then we're looking at 7400s area. So anywhere in here, I'll be looking for this to hold. Also, the tape is, yeah, see, like I can't ignore this style of close. We also, oh yeah, right there we have NQ took the lows. ES did not. V-shaping right out of that. We'll see how it moves from here. But yeah, look at the CVD. Basically, ever since we entered this kind of 7450 area, CVD just started climbing through Asia, like without fail. Like, look here, let me just give you a more clear picture. Oh, wow, that really disappeared. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, okay, look at CVD. Yeah, so cumulative volume delta, for those of you that don't know, so this is the difference in contracts bought and sold. So obviously the more contracts getting bought than sold, the more you start to lean, towards buyers. This is a huge divergence. Basically, you have, mixed like price movements up, especially on open right there, with obviously a strong push. But then these movements down really don't do it justice, right? I guess right here from low to high, that kind of makes sense. CVD almost matched right there. But then after here, just continued, and especially in this sell-off end of day, just continue push up. So this is a huge divergence, this overall path right here. Let me just mark it out. Yeah. So overall path right here, you just have it going straight up, whereas this is just really going sideways. It's not really showing you anything. Sorry, you'll just have to, I hate using them. This is one thing I do not like about deep charts is their drawing capabilities and stuff. It's rough. Just let me remove that. Okay, so yeah, so clearly a divergence in the CVD. I like seeing this end of day. This gives me a little bit of hope. However, I don't, I honestly want to see price finish above 74.55 area for me to have some confidence in continued longs. Otherwise, this just looks like more buying that just gets, crapped on. Let's see here. I don't want to lose that SMT right there. That is a very crucial SMT to have because it's the only one. I guess you could still make the case for YM, right? So if you do see NQ, ES take both these lows, it's possible, I guess, that then if you see them start to rocket, the SMT that will exist will be with YM. So that is also possible because YM, again, has not even come close to breaching those lows. So yeah, it's that's a possibility, I guess, right there. I'll basically just look for this region to hold, but I'm going to be very picky about what I see, because of last night, because there was essentially what this shows. So you're going to say, oh, well, if there's this many contracts being bought, if there's that much of a divergence, why has price gone nowhere on ES, right? Look at it, it's coming right back down. So the assumption here is that this is a passive buyer filling their bags. So this is a buyer that is just casually letting limits fill this entire way down. They're letting a really aggressive seller sell in to their position. They're not hitting the market buy button really that much. So market buys and sells, that's what moves the market again, right? So if you hit market buy, then you're a bunch in a row, it's just going to keep moving price up in a direction until someone has limit sells that are getting filled at that price level. And then if they want to move it back down, then you're going to have aggressive market sellers, market sell, market sell, market sell. all the way down, right? So basically this whole move, CBD was coming down pretty steadily through this whole move, so that's fair. But this whole area right here looks to me still so far like a passive buyer just filling their bags. If they crack 73.90 and hold below there, then I will be officially in their camp, letting them sell even further. For now here, I'm gonna just basically be an observer. If I start to see buyers actually finally really take control, maybe with some news paired with it, that makes sense for then the market to, continue buying, then sure, I'll hop on their coattails. But yeah, I want to see real proof right here that, because this just looks like it's waiting for news. This just looks like, it's very reminiscent of that Trump tweet like a week or whatever ago when I caught like 900 points. It was just like a ton of buying. The buys were definitely bigger than they are today, although today are pretty big buys. But the thing is, there's a lot of big sells mixed in here. And the big sells into the end of the day kind of getting respected. It's still a battle in this area. So that's what I want to see. I want to see this area get decided right here, 7400s area. And once someone finally capitulates one way or the other, then go with the move. I'm not going to try and predict what's going to happen here. I still obviously have my eyes on 7804. That is still an area that I look or that I'll look to target. But right now it's kind of hard to see. There's a lot of bearish news kind of in the cycle right now. I'm sure that's by design. But basically, yeah, there's the news cycle is on the seller's side currently. So unless something changes drastically, it's going to be really tough for this market to get momentum behind it for buys back to the highs. But yeah, we're just at a key area right now. I'll just say that. Ending the day on the 4.5 standard deviation on NQ, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I like that. See, the way it lined up, that made sense there. So yeah, ending the day right around there. Sure. Don't know what happens after here. Let's see. Yes. Oh yeah. See, and there's that too. ES took these lows right over here. These Friday 8 a.m. for me. So 10 a.m. This is 10 a.m. lows. So those are really key. So I would want NQ ideally, super ideally for this to reverse. I'd want NQ to actually not breach those lows. I'd prefer it not. If it still does, and then we still see some really bullish reversal and, YM still is holding very strong, then sure. And, pair some news in there with it. But yeah, I think it would worry me if we really start to peg around here, hold, and then we just continue to sell into these POCs down here. And then I don't know what happens at that point. We will have to see. But yeah, I just want to get on there and say, yeah, obviously things look like they've changed a little bit. It's still very peculiar to me to see all of this buying in this area. It still makes me think that, there's going to be a large move up. However, sellers have been continuously more aggressive at every turn. They've defended the levels they need to defend at the highs today, 74.90, really good level to defend, 30.040, really good level to defend. So that just shows me that, yeah, still sellers, as far as price movement wise, are in control temporarily. So yeah, any continued rally from here just seems dicey. But yeah, I'll be ready for it. I'll be ready. If it continues to move down, I'm just going to watch it. If we get some type of reversal showing where buyers finally start to make their push after this long accumulation, then I will ride the coattails back to the highs. We'll see. Anyways, that's it. Nothing else to add, I think, from here. So yeah, trade safe. Interesting week. See what happens.